Have you ever noticed? The harder you chase happiness, the more it seems to slip through your grasp. It's like trying to hold water with open hands. The more force you apply, the more it escapes. Zen masters discovered this centuries ago. Happiness isn't found at a destination, it's in ceasing the chase. There's a cruel paradox at play. Pursuing happiness is precisely what keeps us locked in constant dissatisfaction. When you finally achieve what you desired, the joy lasts mere days. Then, a new emptiness emerges. Modern culture has sold us a lie, that happiness is something to be conquered, achieved, earned. Yet Zen monks live in profound peace precisely because they abandoned this endless race completely. They embraced mano no aware, the melancholic beauty that everything passes, nothing remains, everything changes. The cherry blossom is beautiful precisely because it withers in days. Its impermanence is its perfection. What if true happiness lay in accepting this exact moment, without wishing it to be different? The Hedonic Paradox is a fascinating yet frustrating truth about human nature and our pursuit of joy. Science confirms it. Actively chasing happiness actually activates anxiety within us, creating more stress. Studies consistently show a counterintuitive outcome. Those who search for happiness the most find it the least. It's a psychological trap, where the very act of seeking becomes a barrier to the state it desires. Our brains are wired for novelty and adaptation, meaning intense pleasure quickly normalizes. The high we feel from a new car or promotion fades, leaving us yearning for the next big thing. This constant seeking sets a high bar, making everyday moments of contentment seem inadequate or dull. We become so focused on a future state of perfect bliss that we ignore the peace available now. It's like a dog chasing its tail. The chase itself becomes the primary activity, not the catching. The paradox teaches us a crucial lesson. Happiness isn't an external goal, but an internal state of being. Welcome to the relentless hamster wheel of satisfaction, a cycle many of us unknowingly inhabit daily. It begins with desire. If only I had X, I would finally be truly happy and content. Then comes the conquest. You work hard, strive, and finally acquire or achieve that elusive X. A rush of temporary pleasure follows. Euphoria, relief, the brief taste of what you thought was happiness. But this pleasure is fleeting, a transient high that quickly dissipates, leaving you exactly where you started. Almost immediately, a new desire emerges. A fresh why that promises to fill the recently vacated void. This vicious cycle explains why we never feel truly satisfied, always striving for the next achievement. Society reinforces this, constantly presenting new objects, experiences, and statuses as keys to happiness. We mistakenly believe that more will finally bring lasting fulfillment, when it only perpetuates the chase. Breaking free requires recognizing the wheel and consciously stepping off, changing our relationship with desire itself. Imagine a serene monastery nestled in ancient mountains, a place of quiet contemplation and discipline. Here lived a Zen master, venerable in his years, who had dedicated decades to the rigorous practice of meditation. He sought enlightenment with every breath, every silent moment, believing it was a summit to be reached. Day after day, year after year, he sat, seeking, striving for that profound ultimate state of peace. Yet, despite his unwavering dedication, true, lasting serenity seemed to elude him, just beyond his grasp. One quiet morning during his zazen, a profound realization dawned, simple yet utterly revolutionary. The peace he so desperately sought was not a destination. It was here, in the very act of not seeking. He understood that his relentless pursuit was the obstacle, an attachment to a future state that prevented presence. The moment he surrendered the search, the moment he truly gave up, peace enveloped him completely. He didn't find peace. He realized it was already there, hidden by the noise of his own fervent desire. Dive into mano no aware, a profound Japanese aesthetic that redefines our relationship with impermanence. It's the gentle melancholy, the poignant awareness that all things are fleeting, beautiful precisely because they pass. Think of cherry blossoms. Their exquisite beauty is amplified by their brief, spectacular bloom. This concept isn't about sadness or regret, but a deep appreciation for the transient nature of existence. Accepting that everything changes, relationships, youth, success, even life itself, paradoxically liberates us. When we stop clinging to permanence, we can fully embrace and savor each passing moment for what it is. It teaches us to find beauty in the temporary, to appreciate the delicate fragility of every experience. This perspective helps us to let go of attachment, reducing suffering caused by resisting inevitable change. Mono no aware transforms our anxieties about loss into a quiet reverence for the preciousness of life. It invites us to witness the world with open hearts, finding profound beauty in its transient, ever-shifting flow. Many confuse pleasure with contentment, but understanding their crucial distinction is key to lasting peace. Pleasure is fleeting and externally dependent, a quick burst of gratification from senses or achievements. It's the taste of good food, the thrill of success, the comfort of a new purchase. Enjoyable but short-lived. Contentment, however, is a deeper, more enduring state, an internal sense of sufficiency and well-being. It's an inner peace that isn't contingent on external circumstances, not relying on specific events or objects. Zen teachings emphasize this distinction, guiding practitioners beyond superficial pleasures to profound contentment. Pleasure requires constant renewal, a new stimulus to maintain its effect, perpetuating the hamster wheel. Contentment is sustainable. It resides in a quiet acceptance of what is, an appreciation for the present moment. One is a high, the other is a steady hum. One exhausts, the other recharges. Learning to cultivate contentment frees us from the endless pursuit of pleasure, offering true inner stability. Our ego, that incessant internal narrator, plays a central, often insidious role in our unhappy pursuit of happiness. It constantly whispers, "You're not enough yet. Something is missing. You need more to be complete." This creates the illusion of lack, a persistent feeling that happiness is always just around the next corner. The ego transforms happiness into another trophy, an item on a checklist, a status symbol to be acquired. It feeds on comparison, pushing us to achieve more, accumulate more, be perceived as better or happier. This relentless drive is a self-inflicted prison, where our sense of self-worth is tied to external validation. The ego's pursuit of happiness is inherently self-defeating because its foundation is built on an imagined deficiency. True happiness, by contrast, arises from dissolving the ego's grip, recognizing our inherent completeness. When we identify less with the ego's demands, the pressure to constantly be happy dramatically lessens. Letting go of the ego's narrative is a radical act of self-acceptance, leading directly to deeper peace. Zen offers tangible, actionable practices to help us step off the exhausting treadmill of chasing happiness. Zazen, or seated meditation, is foundational, teaching us to simply sit and observe without judgment. It cultivates an awareness of the present moment, allowing thoughts and feelings to arise and pass naturally. This practice weakens the habit of mental grasping and the constant urge to fix or change our experience. Another key is the radical acceptance of what is, letting go of expectations for how things should be. This doesn't mean passive resignation, but an active, conscious choice to meet reality as it presents itself. Releasing expectations, especially those tied to future happiness, immediately reduces internal suffering. Mindfulness in daily activities like eating or walking brings our attention back to the simple act itself. These techniques aren't about finding something new, but about uncovering the peace already residing within. By integrating these practices, we shift from endless seeking to a profound presence in our modern lives. While well-intentioned, some corners of the self-help industry can inadvertently become a toxic trap. The relentless message to seek your happiness or manifest your best life often creates immense pressure. It implies that if you're not perpetually joyful, you're not trying hard enough, or worse, doing something wrong. This can lead to profound guilt and self-blame, adding another layer of dissatisfaction to our lives. The pressure to be happy becomes another goal, another item on the to-do list, generating more anxiety. It frames happiness as an achievement, a state that must be earned through ceaseless positive thinking. This narrative fails to acknowledge the natural ebb and flow of human emotions, which include sadness and struggle. Zen wisdom teaches that authentic peace comes from embracing all emotions, not just perpetually positive ones. We are sold a fantasy that happiness is a constant, attainable state, ignoring life's inherent impermanence. Beware of messages that promise ultimate happiness through external means. They often perpetuate the very chase we seek to end. Let's look at real people just like us, who found genuine peace by abandoning the frantic chase for happiness. Sarah, a high-achieving executive, spent years pursuing promotions, believing each would bring ultimate fulfillment. She constantly felt unfulfilled until she discovered Zen principles and began practicing mindful acceptance. By letting go of her obsession with external success, she found a quiet joy in her everyday life. Mark, a young artist, struggled with anxiety, constantly comparing himself to others, seeking external validation. He learned to detach from the outcome of his work, focusing instead on the creative process itself. This shift in perspective freed him from the pressure of perfection allowing his authentic artistry to flourish. He realized that true happiness wasn't in fame, but in the quiet satisfaction of creation, regardless of external reception. These stories illustrate a universal truth. Peace isn't found by adding more, but by consciously subtracting the unnecessary. They show that abandoning the chase isn't about giving up on life, but giving into a deeper, more authentic way of living. Here's a provocative question, a final invitation to reconsider everything you thought you knew about happiness. What if you didn't need anything more? What if you were already complete, whole, and perfectly sufficient? Perhaps the endless craving, the feeling of lacking, is simply a construct, a story the mind tells itself. Zen teaching suggests that our true nature is already pristine, already peaceful, already perfect. We spend our lives adding layers, thinking we need to become something we inherently already are. The path to contentment isn't about acquiring new qualities, but about peeling away the illusions that obscure our true self. Imagine the relief, the profound freedom in recognizing that the treasure you've been seeking is within you. It's not about finding happiness. It's about realizing that happiness, or rather contentment, is your default state. This realization isn't a destination. It's a profound shift in perspective, a recognition of what already exists. So what if you stop chasing just for a moment and simply acknowledge the completeness of your present being? Our journey today delved deep into the paradoxes of happiness, from ancient Zen wisdom to modern psychology. We uncovered how the very act of seeking can become a barrier, trapping us on a relentless hamster wheel. Yet we also found profound liberation in concepts like mono-aware and the wisdom of letting go. True contentment, it seems, isn't about achieving a final state, but about a radical acceptance of the present. It's about recognizing the subtle distinction between fleeting pleasure and enduring internal peace. And perhaps most profoundly, it's about daring to consider that we might already be whole. Thank you for joining me on this introspective exploration into the art of not chasing happiness. What was the most surprising insight you gained from today's discussion? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this journey resonated with you, please hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and join our community. Until next time, may you find peace in every present moment.